Hi Leo, welcome to your 2024-25 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Welcome to my channel. It's a transitional year, Leos, as we move from the water and earth energies and we move into the fire and air frequencies. I'm going to be focusing on slow moving planets. I'm going to be looking at Pluto and Jupiter mainly. Pluto, after 20 years, has moved into, from Capricorn, it has moved to Aquarius. So the entire energy is from structure, authority, accumulating of more wealth, trying to get our security by hoarding things, and moving more into the mind energy, which is the collective consciousness. It's about sharing knowledge, it's about learning, it's about being more evolved, it's about being more secure through the knowledge that we acquire and not by the assets that we keep acquiring. Pluto is making its final shift. I've spoken in great detail about what Pluto is and what it governs. I'm going to be linking up a video over here. You can go and you can watch that as well. Pluto, to summarize, is one of the slowest moving planets. It takes about 252 years for Pluto to make one circle, and during our lifetime, we may just experience Pluto once in our own charts. So for you, it's all about relationships, Leos. Pluto is going to be there in your house of relationships, your marriage, and your business partnerships. And because this is an extremely long transit, 20 years, Pluto is going to be ensuring that you learn the lessons that you need to be learning. It's a time for you wherein that you will be allowed to clear your relationship karma. And in some cases, it may get intense where marriages are concerned or where very close, intimate business relationships are concerned as well. But by the end of it, you will have a new perspective on relationships. It would almost be like a rebirth over here. Pluto over here in your house of marriage and your business relationships as well is going to create situations where you will experience some power struggles and control issues with the people in your life. And you may become more and more aware about people who are really your friends and people whom you consider your friends, or with people whom you maybe want to hang around with, or maybe whom you consider really your tribe. And also, unfortunately, during this transit, that's really the Plutonian lesson, you will attract more people who are superficial, who are maybe not who have the best intentions for you in your life, and they could make you more obsessive and bring out more of your dark side. So what this means is that even on one side of it, even on maybe on the subconscious level, you would be aware that, I know that a certain set of people or business partnerships that are not necessarily transparent or not necessarily good for you, but they could almost be an obsessiveness in you in wanting to associate with them. Now, extremely important how you can, in a summary, really, I can really go on and on about this, but I'm going to summarize it very quickly for you. In order for you to be surviving the Pluto transit, it's important that you work on your relationships, which have these power struggle issues in your friendships. If you're constantly always trying to have the last word, if you're trying to control and manipulate your friendships, and the more relationship and commitment issues that you have, the worse this transit can be for you. So work them out and transform the way that you approach relationships and commitments. So if for the longest time you've been worried about, you are fond of somebody, but you're not able to sort of make that commitment and, whether get married or really be committed is going to get enhanced right now. And also during this time, people will come into your life to just give you this lesson that the more obsessive that you are about something that you can't get, or something that you, or someone, or relationships that you're trying to sort of have, and yet not be committed, They will just sort of keep coming in and out of your life to teach you something that you need to learn. But also, you shouldn't keep anyone in your life, be it your business partnerships or your personal relationships, just because you need to sort of you badly need to learn a lesson and you badly need to keep them in your life. And the lesson may be very well for you to stand up for yourself, stand up for what you see the truth as, to absolutely look at people for who they are, and have the courage to have that transparency and really know that, okay, this is the person who's going to be there with me for my life, or even if not for life, that has the best intentions in their heart. And if you continue to attract this lot of people who are there to teach you something, you may have to ask yourself if you are the one who's bringing it out subconsciously. At times there's almost a deep sense of FOMO that we have, that if I'm not in multiple relationships, or if I miss out on this large group of friends, I'll be missing out some special experience in my life. And you don't want boredom. And Leos, you are scared of not being wanted by everyone. You want to be like the center of things. You want to be having the last word in whether they are social gatherings or whether they are friendships, or you want to matter. So this is something that I think the entire transit is going to be teaching you. This transit can be more prominent in your life. First of all, it's going to be extremely relevant that you look at your sun, moon, and rising with a Leo over there. But if you have another transit in this house, say if you have a Saturn or a Uranus, then it could get just more intense, or more potent for you. We have a lunar eclipse that is there on March 25th. That is there in a house of communication. And then we have a solar eclipse. Eclipses come in pairs. That is there. The solar eclipse is there on the 8th of April, and it is there in your house of long distance travels, spirituality, and expanding your mind. So the first set of eclipses are going to be talking about, it's not um, how you're saying it, Leo, but it is really what that you're saying. So you need to be really careful about your speech. You need to be careful about repeating things without having a sense of consequence, or thinking that it'll never come back to you. Because what this eclipse will do for you, the lunar eclipse, is that there will be some stuff that you have maybe repeated about friends, or you have said or spread, and you may not have really the malicious intent. It could just be mischievous, but it could really come back to haunt you this year. So be careful about it. And also, eclipses last for 6 months. So the solar eclipse in your house of expanding of your mind, it's really asking you to open up the shutters of your mind and to look at things very holistically. Look at how it is that you can expand your mind, teach yourself more, learn, upskill yourself. Maybe look at where it is that you're spending your time and how it is that you're spending your time. On 25th May, Jupiter is going to be coming, and it is going to be moving into your house of groups of friendships. So fabulous. And the interesting thing is, we have Pluto that is resonating with your house of groups of friendships, and people with whom you think have a similar vibe, or your tribe. And we have Pluto that is there in your house of relationships. So Jupiter, of course, is a benefactor. He's the giver. He expands everything that it touches. So there could be fresh energy that to networking, to newer set of friends, formulation of broad long-term goals, acquaintances, clubs, organizations. And during this time also, your circle of friends will increase, and your long-term goals and wishes, they are going to be, they'll tend to be quite broad, rather than you won't be very detail oriented during this time, that this is exactly what is it that I need to do. You're pretty much going to go with the flow of wherever it is that the groups of friends are taking you. And also for a lot of you, you are going to get very influenced by what your friends are saying, by what certain, whether they are groups of organizations. You would feel quite connected to them, and also you could be quite active if you aren't already in your community, in the place where you stay, and a lot of opportunities to join and lead clubs or groups. Now, because this is resonating with your house of relationships, you need to remember, the larger the group of friends, the newer the friendships or organization or groups of people that you're adding, the more the power struggles. So where it is that you need to be learning to letting go of control. I think by the end of this transit, there could be a lot of sifting, there could be a lot of who stays and who goes. And unfortunately, for a lot of you, this would come as a form of a lesson, where that you will realize that people are not who they are, what they are portraying themselves to be. So this could be your lesson in learning as well. So try and reach out beyond that certain set of group or organizations that are there, and try and sort of dig a little bit more, be more discerning with the kind of information that you're sharing, be more careful about power struggles. What is it that you're adding that does not sort of fuel and like I said, it may not be malicious, it could just be mischievous, but try and be careful about that. It could be hurtful and it could be painful for somebody. So try and be careful of your speech, of your communication, of what you're repeating. And things may be said very harmlessly, but they could have severe consequences as well. We have Mercury retrogrades that are there in April, August, and November. They are there all in fire houses, and we have it's going to be your fire sign as well, Leos. So the retrogrades are going to be there in your house of self, creativity, and travel. So retrogrades are a time wherein that you will be allowed to do some introspection. You will be allowed to be more self-aware, that is if you're willing to. And also it will be opportunity to sort of recourse direction as to where it is that you have been going so far, and it's almost like a course correction thing that Mercury retrograde will make you pause, and it will ask you to have a look at your actions and think of the consequences. It's going to look at maybe a creativity that is going waste, that you're not doing much about. It's going to be making you look at travel and seeing whether you're really, how it is that you're using the travel. Are you really expanding your mind? Are you really expanding your soul? Are you really looking at people with a world view, and not just with a very tunnel vision of a red and or a black and a white. On September 18th, we have the next eclipse that is there in your house of joint finances and resources. And then in October, we have the second solar eclipse that will be there in your house of communication as well. So again, there could be something mid-year that comes up around joint finances, taxes, loans, power struggles, maybe something that has to do with sexuality. Fabulous time to be going in for therapy. Great time to be looking at dead assets and to be re-looking at your finances. Also something with the solar eclipse that is there in your house of communication and siblings, something may come about your sibling. Maybe you need to be stepping in, you need to be helping. Also this speaks again of an opportunity wherein that you can do things differently around this area. We're closing the year on December 6th. That is a time when Mars is going to be going retrograde in your own sign. And it's retrograde till about February 2025. That's like a fairly long retrograde. And again, Mars is sort of, you'll be closing the year on, reflecting on where it is that you have reached in time. It's because it's a house of self. What is it that you were trying to or have been trying to achieve in your life, the kind of people that you want in your life, how it is that you want the world to perceive you, what are the changes that you can make in your life, your personal goals, your desires, all of that will come up for reflection and introspection towards end of the year. So Leo's, things are coming up on a surface. Pluto, definitely, it's a long transit. It's going to make you dig deep into your psychological patterns. It's going to be bringing up stuff from childhood. It's going to bring out your need to control, to manage, to have the last word. And whether that stems from your childhood, maybe that is something that you didn't maybe get enough attention when you were young, whether in a friend circle, or maybe you were not popular as a child when you were in school, or when while growing up, and whether you have overcorrected it over the period of years, that now you're sort of in the thick of things, the center of attention, or that you're able to get that attention very easily. And what is it that you're doing with that power, how it is that you're doing that, using that power, and all of that is going to come up on the surface. There is no hiding. Or with the Pluto transit, it is going to make you really bring about people, bring about our own, whether it is dark side or our own deep psychological patterns up for inspection. But it's really a time, a beginning of a change. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Leos. I'll see you again soon.